One of the key differences between Republican and Democrat voters is that Republicans will form an opinion of a presidential action based on the party affiliation of the president, which is generally not the case for Democrats. One example which is telling is how Republicans reacted to cruise missile strikes on Syrian targets after it used chemical weapons against civilians. These strikes were done by both Obama and Trump. In 2013, Obama ordered limited cruise missile strikes against Syrian targets, and a poll taken shortly thereafter showed that only 22% of the Republicans approved of Obama's action, whereas 86% of Republicans supported Trump doing the exact same thing for the exact same reason in 2017. Democrats were at 37% support for Trump's strike and 38% backed Obama's action in 2013. So no material change there. The Democrats were basing their opinion not on the party affiliation of the president, but the action itself. I acquired this information from several sources. The main one is an article that was published on April 13, 2017, titled Partisan Bias and Public Opinion on Trump's Syria Strike. Republicans will base opinions when evaluating presidential conduct, actions, words, and results by the president's party affiliation. So Trump is given a pass on his recent New York felony convictions and his other criminal charges as well, whereas a Democrat would be pillared by them for engaging in any of the conduct that is the subject of Trump's criminal or civil trials. Clinton was impeached by the Republicans after lying about having sex with Monica. Yet Trump has been accused of having extramarital affairs, including with a porn star and a Playboy centerfold model, was found liable by a jury for sexual assault, and many more women have come forward and claimed unwanted sexual assaults against him. But Republicans have no problem with any of that, or simply refuse to believe any of the claims. Some commentators have a name for this kind of inconsistency. It goes by the name of hypocrisy. Calling someone a hypocrite when the charge is both true and accurate will generally make them angry and certainly unwilling to engage in any introspection about whether they are, in fact, hypocrites. One claim that I've heard from Trump and many of his followers is that if they can come after Trump, they can come after anybody. There is no factual basis in this claim. It makes no sense. It is totally untrue as to its substance, but it will be believed anyways by millions of Trump supporters. Jason Aldean, a successful country music singer and law and order Republican, made this statement, quote, "When a former POTUS gets treated like this by our justice system, what does that mean for the rest of us? Question mark, end of quote." This comment has received over 500,000 likes. Implicit in his statement is that Trump has done nothing wrong, either in the hush money case, notwithstanding the unanimous jury guilty verdict, or any other criminal charge that has been brought against him, which requires total ignorance of the facts as a predicate for forming that kind of conclusion in good faith. Trump was convicted by a jury based on the evidence presented, including testimony and documents, with Trump's attorneys given wide latitude to cross-examine witnesses and to offer any rebuttal evidence that they had. That is the American system. In Trump's America, however, the judicial system is disrespected by his followers when Trump is being held account for his actions. That would not be the case if a Democrat president had been convicted or charged for the same federal crimes or state crimes that Trump has. If anything, Trump has been treated more favorably than the average person charged with crimes. His attorneys are top-notch, which is generally not the case for criminal defendants, and he does not even have to pay them. His supporters are paying his legal fees, which in my opinion is one of the reasons he's running for president. If he was not running, he would probably have to pay most of those bills himself. Any other person found in contempt of court 10 times would have been sent to jail after the second one. Trump was merely fined $1,000 by Judge Marchand for each one of his violations. Judge Cannon has delayed the almost slam dunk documents case in Florida, and that phrase is a quote that was made by the Republican senator from Louisiana, Bill Cassidy, and rightfully so, when any other defendant would have already been tried and convicted already. And I mean it, just about anybody would have already been tried and convicted. The Republican Supreme Court has delayed the trial of the insurrection case probably until after the election. So the main cases, federal cases, have been delayed by the Republican judges and justices until after the election. And I would think that most Americans who still believe in the American system would want to have had jury trials on both of those charges in the insurrection and the documents case in Florida.